Good morning, beautiful people. Walking tall here. Hi. Whew. So, for the last, week and a half, I have been on a very spiritual vision quest. I have been completely immersed in nature, fasting, exposed to the elements, in deep reverence for connecting with the Great Spirit, the Great Mystery. And I woke up this morning. I've been camping, and the last few days my tent is literally like 10 feet away from the lakefront. And I wake up in the morning, I open my tent flap, and I see heaven on earth. And it was dark this morning, and I was woken up. The best alarm clock ever is an owl or coyotes or birds. And so this morning I'm laying in the tent. It's dark, right? It's dusk before the sun comes up, and I hear woo 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 woo. And I just smile, and my heart smiles, and I add attention, because the native way, the path of the natives is, nature, our surroundings. There's always communication going on. There's always messages being shared, and our ancestors, those that have passed, those that have come before us down the line, angels, archangels, ascended masters that have walked the earth before, how do they communicate with us? Well, when their physical bodies die away, even an animal, right? Anything that is living, when that living being dies away, the physical body falls, it decomposes, goes back to the earth. It's a cycle, right? There's no such thing as death per se. It's just continuous evolution of existence. But when the body is no longer present here on the earth, what happens? We are divine, eternal beings. We're energy beings. We're pure light. Quantum physics have proved this through quantum theory and quantum physics, right? They have zoomed all the way down to the atom, and when as far down as they can zoom, they're looking. What else is there? What is there in the cell? And the as far down as we can zoom in and look in life, what is there? What they find is an illusion. Nothing is there. It is a wave. It is basically this emanating light, just coming out of this wave, this movement of pattern and light and energy at the bottom of the atom, no substance. And so it's an illusion that there is even an atom, a cell, come back out, zoom out, fingers, anything, right? So everything is energy, and everything is moving. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So when the physical bodies fall away and they go down back to the earth and they decompose, the energy, the life force that inhabited that physical body continues on for infinity. It goes on and on and on. Just like if I turn on a light, right? And I push that light on, I have a flashlight, turn that light on, and that light beam, guess what? It never ends. There's no end. It's a wave, okay? It's a wave of energy that goes and goes and goes. And so the physical body goes away, we're left with pure energy. And I like to think of it as a blueprint, okay? So like, let's talk about Buddha, for example. When Buddha's physical body went back to the earth, the spirit, the life force, the energy of the essence of Buddha still exists in the universe. Everything is connected through this web, okay? It's a matrix of energy, a spider web. It's great grand spider web. And so Buddha took his space, he came up out of the physical body, and his blueprint, right? Think of it as this orb of light, okay? Buddha's orb, okay, went zoop and connected into the fabric, back into the fabric of the universe. And so when I'm on vision quest, when I'm out completely exposed to the elements, I've been in deep meditation 6 to 8 hours a day for the last week and a half. Literally have been sitting. It started at the ocean, just sit hours and hours and hours and hours, looking at the waves, looking at the seagulls, looking at the pelicans, watching the herons, waiting, being open. And it is in this opening, in this receptive energy, in this stillness, in this calmness that my ancestors have known since the beginning of time, all indigenous peoples who have practiced the native ways, indigenous ways, which is I am part of all, which is I am in harmony with myself and with Mother Nature, with Mother Earth, and with Great Spirit, and I am in balance and I am in harmony with all, okay? They have known this, that when we, as the birds are singing and confirming, so I was up in the mountains. I'll get back to Buddha in a moment. Up in the mountains, it's about 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine was letting me stay at her home. So grateful for that. And ancestors kept just waking me up to drum. And so I was doing a lot of drumming, and they, the vision started with actually hearing God, hearing Spirit, hearing Great Mystery say, what about the children? What about the children? What about the children? And so that started moving into drumming. And for the native, drumming is a form of prayer. Drumming is very, very, very sacred. It is a ceremonial practice that we have done for millions, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Okay, the drum. Drumming, singing, and dancing are 3 ways that we go into a sacred ceremony, and it is prayer as well. Even there are no words. The drumming is the prayer, the sound, right? My energy that I use to put into the drum is connected at my arm, and it's connected to my heart space. And so every beat of the drum, I am imprinting on the universe, back to Great Spirit, my prayer. And so I was up in the mountains, and I started my vision quest there, and with my ceremony. Now, as natives, when back in the 1400s, okay, when we had white monsters come onto our land, and they came through and conquered us. There are many people that are unaware even of the native history of Turtle Island. Turtle Island is what the white people, the colonizers, and call America, but it is Turtle Island. And so when the original colonizers came through, they saw the magic. Oh, they saw the devotion. They saw the power of community. They saw the worshiping of all lives, every blade of grass, every animal. They saw the openness of welcoming them into our communities, okay? They saw us without clothes and all of our glory and without shame. They saw us how Creator created us, which is to live in a simple way, to use only what we need, to honor and give back to our surroundings, to protect our surroundings, to protect the trees, to protect the plants and the animals, all of creation, okay? To live in harmony and respect for all in our community, regardless of external appearances. And so all were accepted, all were welcome. No one in our community went without shelter. No one in our community went without food. No one in our community went without community and belonging and being a part of. There was no such concept. Even there was no experience of that ever until it was imprinted onto us by the white colonizers. Okay? Through the first genocide on Turtle Island, which was the genocide of the native peoples. Now, so they came upon the natives, right, and they saw us and without clothes, even if it was maybe some hide skin, right, from a buffalo or a deer, very minimal, right? And if there was, it was to protect. When hunting, it was protect from the elements, but we were in natural state, singing and dancing, and they saw the happiness and the freedom, the joy. What they saw was sovereignty. What they saw was power of the human imbalance with the spiritual divine within. That's what they saw. They saw harmony. They saw yin yang. They saw the balance between light and dark. And they couldn't have that. They saw us teaching our children and teaching them rite of passage in adulthood. They saw us living together multiple generations. And, so how do you break a people? The oldest tactics of warfare. You kill their food supply, so they decimated the buffalo. Literally nearly brought buffalo to extinction, piled them up and burned them to the ground, okay? Killed the horses. Then they set fire to all the fields, all the crops, everything surrounding the communities, the native communities. I know because I was alive during this time. They targeted our men. They murdered them first. And just like we're experiencing now in Palestine, okay? Ukraine, but let's just focus on Palestine and Gaza. In warfare, you kill the men. You target the men first because then you leave the women and the children vulnerable. And that really is the goal of it all. And so that's what they did. They targeted our leaders. They targeted our warriors, our medicine men, the Heyoka. The Heyoka, very sacred to the community. They were revered and respected for calling out the craziness within culture and being a mirror back to the insanity, right? And so they came in, right, destroyed, killed all of our food supply, poisoned the waters. Then they brought in disease intentionally, just like we're seeing now chemical warfare in Palestine, just different approach now. Or, in the last 3 years, you insert disease into the community and it spreads like wildfire and people die over like flies. You target the minorities. And so all these things happen. I've been helping an elder, a Cherokee elder, Great Spirit brought us together. His name is White Owl. Incredible human being. And he lives in Charlotte. And so we've been helping one another, and he's been teaching me, and I've been helping him bathe and get groceries. He lives in a halfway house in very deplorable conditions, unlivable conditions, heartbreaking conditions. And I was there one week, and one of his roommates, I was going to the laundry room, and he comes out, older man, we start talking. He's a musician, he used to travel and play music. And he said, now is White Owl Indian? I said, yes, he sure is. I said, he's Cherokee. His mother is full-blood Cherokee. He goes, he looks so white. He actually kind of reminds me of Graybeard or something. And I, bless his heart, I said, he is 100% native, and he is Cherokee, even though he's not registered. His blood, his lineage, it's in his DNA, and he is Cherokee. And he says to me, what about you? You look Indian. Are you an Indian? And I said, I am a native. I sure am. I said, and he goes, well, see, you look more native than White Owl. Your skin tone, I can see it in your cheeks, this. And I said, yes, my fourth great grandfather, Chief Alfred Wade, survived the Trail of Tears. And he became the first governor of the Choctaw Nation in Oklahoma. I said, I come from a long line of chiefs. Long line. It's in my blood. And he said, now I go, and I said, it's unfortunate. We say native. Native American is a term that was given to us by our conquerors, those that came through with genocide and decimated our civilization almost to extinction. And he looked at me puzzled. He goes, what do you mean? And I go, oh, the first genocide in America against the native peoples. He goes, and in all sincerity, why didn't they fight back? I said, it's very simple. I said, you were around for Vietnam, right? He said, yes. And I said, White Owl was in the Peace Corps during Vietnam. And so I said, it's the same thing. And I told him about the buffalo, told him about the burning of the fields, burning of homes, raping women, stealing children from their mothers and giving them to Catholic white families. This was actually a practice. So I'm telling him all this, and he's sitting there, eyes wide, as if, and like feeling of, I could feel the kind of the guilt coming off of him. And I said, we did fight back, but when your food supply is mass murdered to extinction, your homes are destroyed, your crops are destroyed, your food supply is poisoned, your water is poisoned, and then you're poisoned with disease. I said, we were starving to death. We were hiding from the white man in the mountains. We were hiding on our land. We were hiding in the arms of the Great Mother as long as we could. Concentration camp? Yeah, we were the first Holocaust survivors, were the natives. I said, we fought until we were dying. And then they marched us across the country, killed us some more off there. I said, we did fight back. When you're getting starved to death, you're really left with no options. That's when we started conceding land and making false promises, getting false promises from the white man. So I digress. I go back to, I'm at the beach, Buddha is a ball of light, right? My great-grandfather, Chief Wade, man, he's still a bubble. He's still with me. Everything's a bubble, man. Everything's a bubble. It comes and it goes. And then it takes another form. But it's still there because energy can't be destroyed. And so not only are my ancestors in every drop of DNA, because I'm an iteration of every generation that's come before me. So absolutely, their memories, their traumas, their knowledge, everything is within me. And that's what we mean when we say all the answers that as a shaman or as a spiritual leader, that's what we say. We say, I'm not here to heal you. I'm not here to fix you. I am here to help you remember who you are. I'm here to help you remember everything that you seek is within you. Every answer to every question is within you. And it's also, because the universe is within us, and it is, we are in this complete bubble of energy and information. And so I'm sitting at the beach, taking everything in, and Vision Quest is a very sacred spiritual time. So I've been sharing different dances that I've been doing in the last couple weeks. These are part of my Vision Quest, just to let you know where this is coming from. And I'm sharing ceremony with the world to say to my native brothers and sisters, do not be afraid anymore. It is time to speak up. It is time to share. It is time to open to the world and come back into harmony with who we are, who we've always been. And so I've been connecting in with different ascended masters and different ancestors. And my question is, the first, I spoke in episode 6 of Soul Sessions about the vision I received for Jenny's place. And this was back in 2013. And I was shown what my future would be, Jenny's place. And now, who am I? We're all asking this question, right? It is the question every human being asks. Who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? Why am I here? The answer is within you. The path to the answer is getting in stillness, being in nature, and sacrificing. And so for Jenny's place, first step, I had a major crisis and a major loss. And I was broken open so much that spirit was able to infiltrate, okay? Because I had such a long history of trauma and just being in survival mode for so long, and in this wounded masculine energy of doing, and action. And that there had to be enough of a chaotic, powerful force of change to disrupt the status quo energy of what I had been existing in my reality. And this is also a huge component of transformation magic, transformational energy work within yourself. Is if you're unhappy in life, if you wake up in the morning and you are consumed by anxiety about the job you are doing, about the home life you're in, about your conditions and your surroundings and the mounting bills and all these things, you have to change the energy. You have to create such a powerful shift in the energy, in your energy, that you open up to a new way of thinking and a new way of being. And a lot of times, as a spiritual leader, one of the things I recommend is, do something different that you've never, like your routine. Routine is important for certain parts of your journey. But when we're talking about getting from stuck to unstuck to dream life, you have to get in there and really just, bam, change it up, right? So if you wake up every morning and get on the treadmill and you go to the gym, you do this, you do that, you go to work, you got to change it up. You got to change it up. Go outside for a run. Go swim every morning. Don't go to the gym. Go sit outside. dance like a crazy person, literally scream at the top of your lungs, move your body, move your energy, to crank up the volume of your internal transformational power. It's all within you. And so my mother dies, I get this vision, and this is 2013 at Jenny's place. And so for the last 11 years, I have been working towards this vision, this future, okay? They showed me what my future would be. And so what do? A lot of religious folks will tell us that we need to pray. We need to pray to God. We need to ask Jesus. We need to ask Muhammad. Give, bring, do, help. And we get in this prayer mode. And prayer is when we're talking to God, to source, to spirit, to mystery, great mystery. That's one step of the equation. The second step of the equation is meditation. And meditation is getting still enough, getting quiet enough, getting peaceful enough to hear your creator's response. To hear your creator's response in the directions. So when we come into stillness and we come into a place of connection with Mother Earth and our surroundings, what I have done, in my life, the last 15 years, I've been on countless vision quests. And vision quests, right, I'll go back to that, is a sacred time, can be a day, 4 days, a week, 2 weeks. You'll know when you know. You'll just know. You'll know how long you need to take. It is a complete break from work. You sacrifice making money. You sacrifice luxuries. You sacrifice maybe the nice car. Maybe you downsize. Maybe you give up your car and take public transportation. I did that. When I gave up my car, I walked and went by foot and bicycle for a year in order to create a monastery in my home and to set myself 100% on the spiritual path of a spiritual leader. I sacrificed it all. In mainstream society, if you don't work, bills don't get paid. And so I said, okay, well, I need the time to be able to do this. I need the time to be able to heal and to hear and to feel. And so here you go. I'm going to let it go. And so a day to 4 days. And it is sacred, special time that it's a gift you're giving to yourself, and it is a gift you're giving to your connection with Creator, okay? And it's a time to get uncomfortable. Like I said, key to manifestation, the key to heal, one of the keys to healing, one of the keys to hearing from your higher source, from your higher power, is sacrifice. Got to get uncomfortable. That's a change of energy. It's a change in the pattern, in the rhythm of the wave, okay? We have to, from here, right? From this wave to this wave. From this wave to this wave. And this wave is where source is able to come in. That's where light likes to ride. That's where Buddha rides. Buddha surfs these waves. JC, he surfs these waves. Muhammad, he surfs these waves. Tara, she's on the same wave. They're all out there chilling, surfing on these surf waves. So I offer one-on-one empowerment coaching. I offer one-on-one spiritual counseling. I offer customized spiritual retreats in nature for Vision Quest, for group events. You can find more information, the link in my bio on Instagram. And I want to close out with a reading here. The empowered feminine. The empowered feminine is not the woman who has finally, painstakingly fixed her flaws. She is a woman who has stopped apologizing for them. The empowered feminine is not the woman who has conquered fear. She is the woman who knows well there is no courage without fear. The empowered feminine is not the woman who has it all figured out. She is the woman who steps into uncertainty and dances with the mystery. The empowered feminine is not the woman who has never fallen or failed. She is the woman with scars on her hands and knees, and some of which may still be bleeding. The empowered feminine is a woman who is not the woman who never cries. She is the woman who dares to feel vulnerably and care deeply. The empowered feminine is not in competition with other women. She is a diamond in a sky full of stars. The empowered feminine is not the woman playing the blame game. She is the one whose divine assignment is the solution. The empowered feminine is not the woman waiting for the approval of others. She gives her own permission. She has heard the call, and she is not waiting anymore. This is by Dana McNally. You have the soul of a phoenix and the heart of a dragon. Be brave, be peaceful, be simple. Let it go. Connect with nature. Go on a vision quest. Dream bigger. What is your creator calling you to create in the world? What is breaking your heart in the world right now? How can you make the world more beautiful? We need you. We need all of you in your most empowered divine state. I love you so much. Mwah.